You were married for 20 years, or 30, or 40. You raised children together. You buried parents together. You had a whole life. You thought you knew the man sleeping next to you. You thought you knew where he was when he said he was working late. And then one day you found out, no, none of it. Maybe you found a charge on a credit card. Maybe you found a phone. Maybe he sat you down and told you because he couldn't carry it anymore. However it came, the news was the same. The marriage you thought you had wasn't the marriage you actually had. The past you thought you lived wasn't the past you actually lived. If that's where you are right now, I want to talk to you. There's a special kind of grief that belongs to the long marriage and the late discovery. It's different from what a younger woman feels when she finds out 2 years in. This is its own thing, and it deserves to be addressed. What you're facing isn't just an affair or a habit or a secret. You're facing decades. Every birthday card he wrote, every time he said, I love you, every time he held your hand in a hospital waiting room, you're looking at all of it now through a new lens, asking the same question. Was any of it real? You go back through the years like a detective in your own life. The business trip in 1998, the week he was distant after his father died, the pictures on the mantle. You take memories that were yours and you don't recognize them anymore. This is the particular cruelty of late discovery. It doesn't just take the future, it takes the past. And then comes the self-blame. This is where so many women get stuck. You start asking, how did I not know? What's wrong with me? Was I stupid? Did everyone else see it but me? Please hear me. You did not miss this because you were stupid or foolish. You missed this because he was hiding it. That's what compulsive sexual behavior does. It builds a second life in secret, and it gets very good at staying hidden. He had decades of practice. You were living in good faith. There's a profound difference between being deceived and being a fool. You clearly can't see that difference right now. Your own judgment is one of the things he broke. So let me know it for you until you can know it yourself. You were deceived. You were not a fool. And then the next thing comes, the feelings and the names. Liar, cheat, snake, pig. You say them and you mean every one of them. But underneath the names, something bigger is taking shape. It's not just that he lied. You start to feel bone deep that the entire man you married was a fake, that every kind thing he ever did was a performance, that the husband, the father, the good guy that everyone admired, none of it was real. This conviction isn't crazy. It's not paranoia. It's your psyche doing exactly what it should do when the foundation under you cracks. When something this big turns out to be a lie, your mind doesn't delicately ask which parts were true and which weren't. It throws the whole thing in the trash and demands a full account. That feeling that he's a stranger And worse, a stranger who used you is real and valid. And you don't have to talk yourself out of it to seem reasonable. Not yet, not today. Here's my suggestion. The question of whether he's entirely a fraud or a real person with a hidden compulsion or some painful mix of both. That question does not have to be answered this week. The fog you're in right now isn't where that answer resides. Give it time. And then also, there's the thing that wakes you up at 3 a.m. How do I go on? With him or without him? If you stay, how do you ever lie down next to him again? How do you trust anything he says? Won't you be a fool twice over? If you leave at 60, 65, 70, where do you go? Who are you? Alone after a lifetime of being a wife. What about the house, the grandchildren, Christmas? What about being the woman whose husband did this in front of everyone you know? Both doors look impossible. That isn't a failure of your imagination. That's an accurate read of your situation. Both doors are hard. No one should tell you otherwise. But here's what I want you to understand. You do not have to decide right now. The pressure you feel to know whether today you should stay or go, to know today who he is, that pressure is the trauma talking. Trauma wants certainty because uncertainty is unbearable. But the decision you make in the first 3 months of discovery is almost never the decision you'd make in the second year. You're not behind. You're exactly where a woman in your situation is supposed to be. So if you're listening to me following a discovery that came after 20 or 30 or 40 years, here's what I want to leave you with. You are not stupid or foolish. You were lied to by an expert. Your job today isn't to make a decision or choose a door. Your job today is to survive the day. Eat something. Sleep if you can. Tell one safe person. That's enough. The woman who walked into this discovery isn't going to be the woman who walks out of it. And you don't yet know who that woman is going to be. And you're not supposed to know yet. She's still forming. What I can tell you is that she'll know things this one didn't know. This is what happens when a person stops living inside someone else's secret. You're standing in the truth now. It doesn't feel like a gift. It won't feel like a gift for a long time, but it's the only ground a real life can be built on. It's hard, but it's finally the right place to be. I wish you well.